Well,
All right. Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world famous As It Should Be studios. And Crystal is mistaking it for a comedy club.
Well, you'll
Crystal Duran over
have
here.
to wait till the blooper at the end of the episode to find out why
I'm laughing.
Yeah. If I choose to include it.
Well.
All right. Tommy Von Voigt, also in the world famous As It Should Be studios. And even more excited, he was excited to end the 80s, but even more excited now to begin the 90s.
Oh, you're just the worst right now.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Laying it on thick. Well, you're starting it, though.
Yeah.
You know,
You get to start the 90s.
I'm ushering in the 90s as I want to do.
And I get the last word. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can have it. You can
I
have
am
the
the
fucking
Oh,
last
yeah,
sandwich.
boo, that's not a prize anymore.
The sandwich in the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so my list for 1990.
No runners up?
No runners up. I have a top 6.
Oh, this year was a challenge for you.
I will tell you, we're getting into where it's going to kind of go like this. Most of the 90s I do have full lists, and some years I even have runners up. Like next year I have a 10-song list, but just this year, 6 was the best I could fucking do.
That's all you can do.
Oh,
That's all I could do.
We've already established in the singles of the year that the 90s are spotty and we
Yeah.
might not have full lists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So deal with it!
Yeah. Spotty like a British teenager. All right. Number 6. The Breeders with Pod.
The Breeders?
With Pod.
Oh, with Pod.
With Pod.
Really? I didn't know you liked the Breeders.
He likes
You
pop.
like Pod. Okay. Oh, all right.
The desperation
Oh,
in this list should be.
that's the
is that
smell.
what's
That's
going
the
on?
smell of desperation.
But you know, I do actually like the Breeders fine. I do. This is one of those albums I was talking about in *89, where it's like, you know, if it was a better year, maybe this would be in the runners up. Maybe.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Pod. Oh shit!
What happened?
Wow. Okay.
What?
Okay. I guess I kind of half-assed this list. This is going to be fun.
Oh, no.
My number 5, I have on here with 2 question marks. Well, this is an album that I had in my worst of the year last year. Kiss Hot in the Shade. So maybe this is a 5 album list. Number 5 is The Breeders, okay?
That's because it's forever.
Oh my god. See, this is what we're moving into, people.
Oh, man.
Okay, so
man,
remove
shut
that. It's a 5 album list. Number 5 is The Breeders. Okay. Number 4. Now these top 4 are like these are legit. Like I like these records. They deserve to be on the list.
Okay.
Number 4, Jellyfish with Belly Button, the first Jellyfish album.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. Did you ever listen to them? Did you?
No, I forgot to.
Okay, no, that's okay. I was just
I
wondering.
probably looked up Bellyfish Jelly Button or some shit. I don't
Jelly
know.
Button.
Jelly Belly Button.
Jelly Belly.
They only have 2 albums, and you kind of can't go wrong with either of them. Like if you're gonna like them, either one of those albums is
So it
gonna
doesn't
do
matter my point of entry then. Okay.
Yeah, you know, whether it's British Steel or Point of Entry, it doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
Yipes.
But my number 3, Urge Overkill with Americruiser.
Yes. No crickets. Yeah, I like.
Enjoy the silence, people. How's that for a 1990 reference? Okay. Number 2. I don't know the words.
That was good enough. Close enough.
Okay, all right. So yeah, now that album, I was not hip to that album for the longest time. Well, the thing is okay, this is the follow-up to Ram It Down,
which is not
and
a
the
good
album cover is as bad.
Yeah.
Well, no, Ram It Down's worse, but that's a pretty terrible album cover. And that comes out, and I'm thinking, it's just another Ram It Down. I'm like, oh, I ignored the album entirely. Years later, and we're talking, you know, in the last decade, like maybe 2014 or something, I'm noticing that people talking about Priest, and they're talking about Priest albums, they'll be like, yeah, you know, fucking, they're naming it like in, like, British Steel, Screaming for Vengeance, Painkiller, like they're naming it like as one of like the good albums. I'm going, the fuck's this person talking about? Painkiller. And then it would happen again and happen again. And then finally, like the 5th time, I went, all right, Spotify, let me fucking listen to this record. And I put it on, and Painkiller comes up, and I was like, holy shit! Oh my god! Really? Oh wow! Okay.
It is not Ram It Down.
Yeah, that is not Ram It Down.
No, it is not.
Yeah, wow. I was blown away. So I'm a late blooming Painkiller fan, but better late than never. Yeah, I didn't know. I had no fucking idea it ever came to that. But my number one, I mean, come on, you know. Third Eye by Red Cross.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, their one and only major label album. Atlantic. This is on Atlantic. Well, you can't see the back, but yeah. And it's just one of those things where they got...
They had a one record deal?
Edit, maybe, possibly. No, got it.
They had a one record deal?
I guess. I mean, I don't really know what happened with them. I mean, that's the only album they got to put out on Atlantic, and
maybe
that probably was the deal.
Maybe they got dropped. You never know.
They probably got dropped. I mean, I remember when that record came out and getting a promo in at Looney Tunes where I worked, and so they were sending out promos and things. But you know, it was 89 or it was 90. And we were in that period where, like, I don't think they knew where music was going, and they were kind of throwing everything out there and kind of going, "Oh, let's find out." I don't know, and it didn't stick. But I didn't like that album that much at first.
Oh,
because it's really kind of, it's a bit slicker than their other albums, and at first it felt kind of bland to me at first. Sorry, Jeff, but the thing about this album, this is one of those albums when you have to keep going back to it, and like it reveals itself, and like you go, oh yeah, this is it. Okay. This is a good album, good collection of songs, and I really love it now. But this album was produced by Michael Vale Bloom, who engineered Madonna's "Like a Prayer."
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
So
interesting.
There you go. So Red Cross and Madonna. Different fingers, same
fist.
Same fist.
Same fist.
That's right. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So
Like
there
a
you go.
prayer.
There's my 6, 5, whatever album list. Get ready.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Young MC with a story to tell. I just got a free cup from Taco Bell. NMTV makes the whole thing fun. Buy a giant-sized Pepsi and you'll get one. 4 cups in all, so don't stand still. And if you have an empty cup, you get a free refill. Go to Taco Bell and you see it's true. They got these 4 cups there just for you. Taco Bell only has them for a limited time. That's why I'm coming to you with a limited rhyme. To get these cups, you gotta place your order. So take my advice, you better run for the border.
Yes. Okay. 1990. It's Tommy's 1990.
it's my turn. So I've got honorable mentions, or as we call them here on As It Should Be, honorable mentions.
Or we're getting to the 90s, so they're probably horrible mentions.
Oh.
No, I'm still holding on desperately. Because the overlap, the decade overlap. People look back and they're like, oh, and in 1990 to 1999 was exactly like this, and 80 to 89 was exactly like this. No, the early 80s was basically the late 70s. Right. The early 90s was basically the late 80s, which is why when you see people like cosplaying 90s, it's like demented. It's like it's a mix of like over the top looking like neon ski clothes, and also people also dressing like grunge, and it's like no, there's. So the first couple years of the 90s are very much late 80s in some ways.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, so let's get into it. I have my honorable mentions. We've got Heartbreak Station by Cinderella. We've got Whitney Houston with I'm Your Baby Tonight. And we've got Salt and Pepper with Black's Magic. And let's get into my top 10, shall we?
All right.
Number 10, Slaughter with Stick It To Ya. Out of the wreckage of the Vinnie Vincent invasion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where it came from?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
because Vinnie Vincent, I guess, I don't know. I don't really know the specifics. No one's ever going to really know. But apparently certain people got tired of Vinnie Vincent. And
Yeah, like
his
everybody
Vinnie
who was working with him.
Vincent-ness, and basically they gave the record deal to Mark Slaughter and Dana Strum, who was the singer and the bass player for Vinnie Vincent Invasion.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You guys want this record deal?" And they took the record deal and went off and put together a new band. And the drummer Bobby Rock went on and joined Nelson and became their touring drummer. And Mark and Dana formed Slaughter, and
Right.
Vinnie Vincent went off to go fuck
And
himself.
Vinnie Vincent was left off. Well, I want to cut in here actually because somebody commented when you were talking about Vinnie Vincent in a previous video.
Oh, we're talking about the All Systems Go
And he was
album?
saying, and Mark Slaughter was the singer.
He was not the
He was
singer
not.
on the
Robert
first
Fleischman
album.
was the
Yes.
singer on that album. He just
Who-
wasn't in by the time they were
And
promoting
Robert
it.
Fleischman was in Journey before Steve Perry.
Yes, that's
and
right.
co-wrote Wheel in the Sky.
Yeah.
But I do want to say, I was commenting saying that his vocals on that album were like a dying cat, and you're like, no, they're not. Robert Fleischman agrees with me. He himself, because everybody knows I talk about Dr. Fuck, Ralph Vieira, who has this Almost Human channel, and he can't stand that record. And he was saying the same thing about the vocals. He got a chance to actually talk to Fleischman and interview him, and Fleischman's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, actually. He's kind of like, he kind of thinks it's not that good either. Not the album, like the songs,
But
but
the
like
way
his,
the way
he liked
he's
the way he's
singing.
having to sing.
I don't know if Vinny told him to sing that way.
Yeah.
I mean, the story I've heard is that they had gotten this demo tape from Mark Slaughter and they couldn't find him, so they got Robert Fleischman. They brought him in and told him, sing like that.
Sing like that.
And then they managed to find Mark Slaughter and were like, okay, we're going to get Mark Slaughter. The thing is Vinnie Vincent's story changes depending upon when he's interviewed about this.
Yeah.
Because he's also said, I wanted Robert Fleischman the whole time, and the record company demanded we fire him, and they forced Mark Slaughter on us. And so who the
He's
fuck
totally
knows
making.
what the
He's just
truth
saying what he
is.
has to say.
But yeah,
Anyway, I'm sorry I derailed
messy
your
mess.
list.
No, that's all right. My next one is Gamma Ray with Heading for Tomorrow. I mentioned Gamma Ray in one of the Q&A videos.
Yeah.
It was Kai Hansen left Halloween and put together another power metal band that was just basically more of the same thing, but it's a more of the same awesome, fun thing. And I really like a lot of stuff on that first record.
I don't know
Number
that album at all.
8, the Black Crowes with their debut Shake Your Moneymaker.
Yeah.
This is an entry on my list that I was actually surprised with, because in general I actually kind of don't like the Black Crowes, but there's enough really good stuff on this album that I was like, if I'm gonna be fair, if I'm gonna be honest, that deserves a place on this list.
To be honest, be truthful.
I'm gonna be
agree.
real with you people.
Keep it real.
My number 7, Belle Biv DeVoe with
Poison. Poison.
See, Tommy really does like Poison.
You can't trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is poison. Poison.
You absolutely can trust a big butt and a smile. They are wrong. All right, my number 6. This is the absolute creative peak of this band, and it was all downhill from here, even though they commercially rose higher with their following album. 1990's Rust in Peace by Megadeth.
Oh, Rust
They
in Peace.
absolutely were firing on all 8 cylinders. This band was absolutely never better than with this lineup, this period of time, this batch of songs, this album. After that, they did Countdown to Extinction in 1992, and that's the one that had Foreclosure of a Dream and Sweating Bullets, and that was all over MTV. But this album, this is the one. This is their finest hour. My number 5, George Lamond with Bad of the Heart.
I don't know this
I
at
don't know
all.
who is that.
Freestyle singer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I am not hip.
This wouldn't have been on your radar.
This is yeah. I'm sure it's not my vibe, but yeah, I mean, it's like I haven't even heard of
This
it.
is definitely my vibe. My number 4, Heart with Brigade, which is the final of a trilogy of 80s albums. I mean, this one came out in 1990, but as we've discussed before, that's basically 1980s. And that has that huge, overproduced, super polished 80s thing that
Slick.
I love so much.
Very slick.
So slick, and that's like the last of it for them. My number 3, Rat with Detonator.
Rat.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now talk about an album I haven't heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
My number 2, Warrant with Cherry Pie.
Oh shit!
Now, hold on. This is actually a fantastic fucking album. So, Janie Lane still does not get the respect and the credit that he deserves. The dude phenomenal singer. My God, the pipes on that guy. He was an excellent songwriter, a super talented drummer too.
He was a drummer?
Yes, he was.
I didn't know that.
Originally, he was the drummer and the singer, and then he moved to just be out front.
Really?
They got a singer. Incredibly talented guy, excellent songwriter. This is the album that he really wanted to just show, everything that he could to the critics and just show his talents as a writer and just his depth. And the songs on this record are incredible. And then towards the finish line, they were like, you need a big hit single. We don't feel like there's a big enough hit single.
We need an MTV
forced
video.
him to write Cherry
That.
Pie, and he regretted it for the rest of his life. Now, Cherry Pie, in terms of being forced to write a song, I mean, look, it could have been so much worse. Yes, Cherry Pie is ridiculous. Yes, a lot of people are like, oh, hair metal, Cherry Pie, come on. It's still a really goddamn catchy hook. His vocals sound incredible. Production is great, but he regretted it for the rest of his life.
Well, maybe he should be forming a band with CeCe DeVille since they're both such virtuosos.
Janie Lane passed away.
He's dead.
Did you? I didn't know Janie Lane died.
Janie
Yeah.
Lane died. Unfortunately,
fuck.
he overdosed.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even know that.
He dealt with depression and mental health issues
for a long time.
And
Damn, how did I miss that?
problems in the industry did not help him at all. The shit that he got all throughout the 90s. Oh, it's the Cherry Pie guy.
Right, and he
You
wasn't
know,
on board with Cherry Pie,
and
really.
he was
Yeah.
depressed, and he
Yeah.
was never able to conquer his demons. And unfortunately, he OD'd. He died.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I didn't
It's
know that. Well, I'm
honestly-
going to shut my mouth now.
It's honestly, it's truly sad. Here's the thing. What you're doing is the same thing everyone's ever always done. It's just this gut reaction. Oh, it's the Cherry Pie guy. It's Warrant's Cherry Pie album.
That's because that's what I've heard.
But it's really, honestly, it's really unfortunate and it's sad because the guy was truly a monstrously talented dude, and he just, still to this day, people don't recognize that he doesn't get the respect that he's truly, honestly owed. And I think it's sad and it's unfortunate.
I think it's a really great classic example of how one song can fuck your shit up real hard because of MTV.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
that's all people know is Cherry
That's
Pie.
all people know. And
I don't know anybody who bought that record. I don't know anybody who could recite songs chapter and verse or tell me song titles.
Other than me.
Other than you.
Yeah.
But it's just like Cherry Pie. And that video was ridiculously bad.
it is a stupid
Even
video.
considering what was
with
going on
the pie
then. Landing in her
landing
crotch.
Bobby Brown's
and the weird
crotch.
smile.
Yeah,
And just like, ugh.
yeah, but
and
doesn't
it's
that have
terrible.
like fucking Uncle Tom's Cabin and shit like that on it? Or...
It does. That's a really good song, man.
Uncle
It
Tom's
does.
Cabin.
Uncle Tom's Cabin is a really good song.
I didn't know that.
This all.
I didn't know it was a good song.
There's
And
a
I
lot of
heard
really
it.
good songs on that
I
album.
don't even know.
But here's the thing. I mean, so for the rest of that decade, as everything changed, a dramatic sea change in pop culture, and everyone knows him for Cherry Pie, and he got just absolutely shit on. But the sad thing is, all he wanted was to be respected as a songwriter, and he was never given the one thing that he wanted. And it's a double-edged sword because Cherry Pie brought asses into the seats. It brought them money. It brought them more fame. They were all over MTV. But the one thing that dude really wanted was respect from other musicians and songwriters, and he did not get that, and he deserved it. But moving on, my number one for 1990. Queensryche with Empire. I am as surprised at this turn of events as you might be. I used to never give a rat's ass about Queensryche. When I was a kid, I was aware of the stuff. I was aware of Silent Lucidity and Jet City Woman because those were the big radio songs. But I was like, that's just some operatic metal band. I don't know what's happened in the last couple years, but I am so fucking into Queensryche these days, and this album just kicks ass. I love this record. Now, after this, they lose me permanently. But this record, chef's kiss.
I don't know that stuff really. I mean, I've heard some songs, but I've never listened to that album necessarily.
I couldn't say with any confidence whatsoever that you would ever get into this record. I'm just not sure this record is for you.
Yeah, I mean, I did see him once. I'm pretty sure I saw him open for Kiss at some point. I think
They might have, yeah.
I think that's it, but that's the thing. I think I did. I can't even really
But it didn't leave a
confirm
mark.
that I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm surprised I love it as much as I do, but I really just love this album.
Yeah.
And that's me for 1990.
All right.
All right.
And that brings us to a very, very important point in any given As It Should Be episode, and that is the time for the messages.
Commercials.
A comparison between the Plymouth Laser and Tina Turner. Both are exciting. Both have great lines. And both really know how to move. Unfortunately, the Plymouth Laser is the only one you can take home with you.
The guaranteed rebate has been extended until February 28th. Get $1,000 now.
Not by the way it goes down easy. Not by the way it puts a smile on your face. Not by the way it grants you the big third. Not by the way you want to show out of you. Just for the reason. Just for the reason. Just for the taste of it. Diet Coke. Just for the reason.
All right, we are back.
All right.
That's right. And it's time for Crystal's list.
Okay.
It's time for Crystal's list.
to it,
It's on my list. Wait a minute, let me find it. I got a lot of things that I should have paid attention to.
I don't know if me doing the Paul Stanley thing works in this context. I don't know.
It does. So we're 1990. Okay.
Yeah, we're 1990.
So my runners-up are Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe.
Mm-hmm.
Listen Without Prejudice Volume 1 by George Michael. Black's Magic by Salt and Pepper. And Mama Said Knock You Out. Oh, I'm gonna knock you out by LL Cool J. So that was what, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So here's my list.
Lisp. Here's your
Here's
list.
my lisp. Coming in at number 10 is I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got by Sinead O'Connor. Rest in peace, Sinead O'Connor. Initially, I was not a big fan of hers. I got into The Lion and the Cobra, and then this came out, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, it's just pretty solid. I liked her. Saw her in concert once. It was good. Coming in at number 9, I got Stay Sick by the Cramps.
Oh, the Cramps.
I love the Cramps. They were so great. So ahead of their time. Lux Interior. Yeah.
The late great Lux Interior.
The late great Lux Interior. If you wanted to see a band that was like, you know, doing rockabilly, old school rockabilly, big time songs from the era that you never heard of, and the lead singer's like 8 feet tall and 89 pounds with high heels on and leather pants and makeup, and his wife has on a tiara and big curly hair and like a harem outfit, and the band was really tight. They were great. I love the Cramps.
It's a story I just thought of when you mentioned the Cramps. This is guitar message board I'm always on. This guy was talking about how he was in Guitar Center once, and the guy that worked at Guitar Center, some woman was looking at a guitar, and he was like trying to explain to her how to properly hold a guitar. It was literally Poison Ivy with the Cramps. And he's trying to mansplain to her how to hold a guitar. It's like, here you go, ma'am. Would you like blah, blah, blah.
Did she punch him in the face?
Oh, no.
She should have.
I don't know. I'm sure the eye roll was mighty powerful.
The one with the 6 strings. Now that's a guitar. Now the ones over there with the 4 strings.
That's amazing. And every guitar she had was like 100 pounds heavier than her. She was a little teeny tiny bird. Oh my god, what a dick. Anyway, coming in at number 8 is The Revival by Tony.
Tony.
And they're on tour right now, and I wish I could afford to see them because I would really love to see it. But I love Tony.
The tickets expensive for them?
They're really expensive.
Where are they playing?
Yes, they're playing here. I think they're. Are they at MSG?
MSG?
I'm not sure.
Jesus.
Yeah, they're
Tony.
Yeah, they're doing big places.
Fucking good for them, man.
Are there 3 Tonys in this?
Yeah, all the OGs, the original.
Okay,
lineup.
no replacement Tonys.
No.
No Tonys.
No.
It's not Tony, Timmy,
Tony,
right?
Toni, and T-O-N accent on
Tony,
over
Tony.
the E is real Tony. They're on tour. I don't know if it started yet, but they're starting it, and I really wanted to go, but tickets were just way above my pay grade, so I'm kind of bummed about that. Coming in at number 7, I have Born to Sing by En Vogue, which is one of the best groups for female harmonies. They were fucking amazing, En Vogue. They were great.
Okay.
I love them. Coming in at number 6 is Sex Packets by the Digital Underground. Oh my god. Do me, baby. Do the Humpty Hump. Oh, do the hump. Do me, baby. That
Oh, God.
stone cold banger. Come
Oh
on,
my God,
son.
that record is so silly and so
so
fun.
ridiculous. There's so much fun.
Do
And-
what you like.
Oh my God. Dig how you like. Just grab her in the biscuits.
Biscuits.
Oh my God. And I have to thank Bill Brown right now for inviting me to the Winter Music Conference, which was at the hotel down there in Times Square where Wicked is. And I got to meet Digital Underground in an elevator.
In an elevator. Wow,
In
were
an
they doing a
elevator.
meet and greet in there?
Well, they had the Winter Music Conference, lectures and all this shit.
Yeah.
And then they were having parties in the hotel. And so I was on my way to one party, and I'm in this, it was a gigantic elevator, and I'm in the elevator, and all these guys pile in, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Shock G. Oh my God, that's Shock G.
Wait. Were they doing the thing that... Did they have somebody standing in as Humpty Hump? Or was he dressing like him sometimes?
He was dressing up. Yeah, he was doing it.
He was
Him and
sometimes
his
dressing
brother.
up himself.
Yeah. So he's got the nose and the glasses and the hat and the fake cigar and the whole thing. And I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay.
Jesus
And he's like,
Christ.
come on, go to this party. So they grabbed me out of the elevator, yanked me to this party, which I won't tell you what was going on in there. But I did get to meet Tupac Shakur because he was their backing.
That's
dancer.
right, he was their dancer.
He was
Yeah.
their dancer, and he was
Oh,
a
yeah,
super
we're
nice
talking
guy.
early days here.
Yeah, and he was super nice and very friendly. And then I ran away because it was a bit too much. So number 5, I got "Time's Up" by Living Colour. Love them.
Time's up.
Time's Up. That was a great song. They're underrated. That band, underrated, I think. And then I got coming in at number 4, "Shake Your Moneymaker" by the Black Crowes. Yeah. So I love the Black Crowes. I've seen them on tour a bunch of times. They're always great, except for the last one.
Wow,
And
they're phoning it in at this point.
Yeah, and by the last one for me, this was maybe 10 years ago or something at that horrible Terminal 5.
Oh,
What
yeah,
a
that doesn't help.
nightmare. It's terrible. But I thought, because my mother heard their Otis Redding cover before I did. And I was like, she goes, oh yeah, Otis Redding did it. And I was like, who is this? The Black what? The Black Crowes. Pretty ballsy for a bunch of skinny white dudes covering Otis Redding. Like, what the hell? So I listened to their album and I loved it, and I played it in my car with the windows rolled down. And I didn't care who heard it. I was not embarrassed. Then I got number 3, "Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em" by Eric B. and Rakim. Another seminal hip-hop record. And if you don't know it, get on it. Get on it, because it is fantastic. Coming in at number 2, I got "People's Instinctive Travels" and "The Paths of Rhythm" by A Tribe Called Quest, which is a really great record. Like I spoke before, the other episode, "The Native Tongues." If you don't know anything about the Native Tongues, it was a conglomerate of hip-hop artists, Queen Latifah, these guys, Busta Rhymes, and they were trying to make this big musical collective, and they used the same producers, and they sang on each other's shit. Really great. A Tribe Called Quest, there's a really great documentary about them. You need to watch it. It's fantastic.
When did that come out, Doc?
The documentary, like within the last 3 or 4 years.
I haven't heard about it.
Yeah, because the band split up, and it was between Fife, and it was a soap operatic mess. And then he wound up dying, and it was this whole thing. But it's a really great documentary, and Tribe Called Quest. You're going to hear a lot from me about them in the upcoming years.
Prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself. And then my number 1 album of 1990 is "Fear of a Black Planet" by Public Enemy.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Come on. It was such a great record.
Of course.
And they're still scared. Everybody's scared of us. And you need to listen to it if you haven't listened to it. The people from the Q&A videos, check it out, especially that teenage kid from... Where's
the one who liked Maggot Brain and Van Halen?
Yeah. I turned you on the Maggot Brain. Listen to that if you haven't heard it. I think we all turned him on the Van Halen.
Van Halen, we all talked about Van Halen.
Yeah. That's my lift.
All right.
Good stuff. That's my good lift.
Well, and this is our commercials.
I like the Sprite in you.
Wonderly, I like the Sprite. I'm Heavy D, and I'm very particular. That was making They try, but Sprite is pickier. Lyman has the twist of unexpectedness, the one you can't resist. Number one on my list. There's a lot of wannabes running around town. Some say they're up when they ain't even down. Remember, I am Heavy D, and the boys are my crew, and we like Sprite in you.
I like to sprite in you.
Ambassador. BK. Rich Nice Ambassador. Hammer! This is a mission that I'm on. Sporting BKs, I got it going on. I'm hyped. So let's talk. Hammer's in effect and I'm ready to walk. Stepping with class. Oh, so funky and they're moving fast. Oh, British Nice. British Nice Ambassador.
British Knights, athletic footwear and apparel at Foot Locker and other fine stores.
All right, so it is time to hate. 1990s are indeed a time to hate, and we are here for it. And I have, oh, I guess I didn't go too deep. I only have two things here. I think I put a couple of low-hanging fruit albums here. I don't even think I decided what my worst of the year is. But you know what? I have. It says I have it. Okay, so I have one runner-up. Mariah Carey with Mariah Carey.
No. Boo.
Anything by Mariah Carey.
I don't know about it. I don't know I'd go that far.
I
For
would.
him,
I'd go
yeah,
that. I would go that far and then some.
And then some.
But the worst of the year.
Oh.
The worst of the year. Prince with Graffiti Bridge.
Oh, damn.
Graffiti Bridge. Come on. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not as bad as Batman because Batman. I liked Electric Chair, but the rest of it sucks. I could come up with a couple of songs on Graffiti Bridge that I like, you know.
Yeah. Round
But
and Round by Tevin
overall,
Campbell. Yeah.
and the movie, Jesus Christ, we were talking about how bad Under the Cherry Moon is. You know, watch Under the Cherry Moon, just, you know, and kind of laugh. Don't even fucking bother with Graffiti Bridge. Don't even bother.
So bad.
Don't even bother.
Yeah. And
And it's not
really-
even good bad. Under the Cherry Moon is good bad.
It's funny bad.
Graffiti Bridge.
Bad. Terrible
Don't.
bad.
Okay. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. That's mine.
All right. Well, okay. All right. Setting the stage for me here.
Again, sorry, AJ.
Sorry, Grandma.
A couple dishonorable mentions. Sonic Youth with Goo. Again, anything by Sonic
Anything
Youth.
by Sonic
You
Youth.
know, honestly, I'm going to just go ahead and declare it. Going forward, I'm just not going to even bother. I've made my point.
Yeah. Well, and you just mentioned their most accessible album.
Oh, yeah.
And still,
it still sucks.
Nope.
So there you go.
MC Hammer with Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that.
Oh boy, there was right around this time period. There was some genuinely terrible hip hop coming out.
Yes.
And that leads me to my worst of the year. Vanilla Ice with To the Extreme.
Oh, Lord.
worse.
And that movie.
Come on.
Wowza.
Oh, yeah.
Drop that
Who was that?
zero and get with the hero.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think I saw that on an airplane. I was trapped.
Oh.
I should have just drank and gone to
Trapped.
sleep.
No, TRAPT. That's going to be on a worst of list in the future. But
No.
I don't know if we get that far. If we get that
Trapped.
I don't even know who
But
that
yeah,
is.
well, you're better off for
far.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right, so is that it? Is that
That's
it?
it. Well, I mean,
That's
what more
it.
do
All
I have
right.
to
Well,
say?
Crystal, worst of the year.
All right, worst of the year, the aforementioned Graffiti Bridge, which is really sad because that was when he was working with Mavis Staples and Tevin Campbell at that time, and Tevin had Round and Round, the hit song, but god damn it, like what were you? I don't know, man. That's just
Yeah.
one of his really off.
Prince was going through
moments.
a really bad phase at that point in his
Well, yeah.
career.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think it starts with Love Sexy, and it just gets worse from there.
Yeah.
I know it's just my opinion.
No. I had it was something else. I was like in my head I'm in another spot, but we'll go.
Yeah. So there's that, and then I have The Laws.
Oh.
Here she goes again. And I've talked about this before because that song was on my worst of singles of this
you
year.
did mention that.
And it's because, at least in Philadelphia and a little bit in New York, but mostly whenever I spent time in Philadelphia, they were played on public radio or whatever, and everybody, they're the next Beatles. Oh, they're so great. Oh, they're from England too. Were they from Liverpool too? I don't know. But everybody was just up their ass. They're the next Beatles, and they were not anywhere close to the worst Beatles. They couldn't even get Rocky Raccoon. Okay, they suck.
Well, I don't know. It's probably better than Yellow Submarine.
But anything's better.
I mean, and Rocky Raccoon.
And Rocky Raccoon and Hey Bulldog. But just the Laws. Come on, that one single, it was played to death. The rest of the record, I actually listened to it, and it sucks. But the worst.
Wow. Well, okay.
The worst.
I haven't gotten to the worst yet.
The worst of that year is Damn Yankees.
Oh man.
Yankees.
Now, who?
See, now I would have thought that Tommy would like this record, but he hasn't mentioned it at all.
So
in any capacity.
All right. I actually do like the song High Enough. I do like that song. The power
hit?
ballad, yeah.
Can you take me high enough?
Yeah. The problem I have with the Damn Yankees is the concept is inherently flawed by the inclusion of Ted goddamn Nugent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it's just the weirdest idea for this supergroup. You got the guys from Night Ranger, right? You got Tommy Shaw from Styx.
And his beautiful voice.
Was it one or two guys from Night Ranger? I can't remember.
I think it was two.
Jack Blades, right?
Yeah.
And then Tommy Shaw, and they sounded incredible.
Great.
And why would you add Ted Nugent to that?
Because he's not the greatest guitar player.
No.
And he's not a good singer. I don't understand the cachet.
I don't understand. Was there some kind of weird chemistry they had? Like they were friends somehow behind the scenes? It was weird.
I don't know.
Weird inclusion. I feel like Ted Nugent's whole thing just didn't work.
No.
At all. With what they were trying for.
Yeah.
So when you listen to like the big hits and everything, they clearly polished the living bejesus out of Nugent's contributions to make it work.
Yeah.
Like if Nugent left to his own devices, you would have not gotten the shit that was as good as it was.
And all you need to do is look at the video for that single. Just watch that video and you'll see exactly what we're talking about.
Nugent, I can't with Nugent.
It's completely
honestly.
One of these things are not like the other. And I'm talking like, aside from him being a sexual predating douchebag.
At least.
At the very least, it just was like, what is he doing here?
I don't know.
Why? It would have been good enough with the rest of them. He was not needed in this. And
I wonder if they had gotten any of the number of other 80s shred gods to be the lead guitarist instead of Nugent, what kind of record would we have gotten?
I don't know, man.
But
you.
So there you go. That is our worst of the year. And
1990.
We have just one more ad to come up before we get out of here. Let's see what it is.
Oh yeah.
The Corlick sisters on Denny's 10-minute breakfast specials.
If you order a Grand Slam breakfast, bring lots of paper towels for your waitress. She won't need paper towels. She will if she doesn't serve the Grand Slam in 10 minutes. What's that got to do with it? Well, that's when she has to spill breakfast all over herself. She doesn't have to spill it. They said after 10 minutes, it's on them. That means it's free. Well, of course there's no charge after they've spilled your food at Lenny's. Denny's.
Now you can have your breakfast or lunch served in 10 minutes or it's free. Only at Denny's.
All right, well, that's it for 1990, and yeah, well, okay, I guess what we kind of forgot. Well, we didn't forget. We forgot to do an intro for, but we're gonna do it this time. Vintage photo time.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Crystal in 1990 with her best friend and college roommate Diane, and Tony and Darrell, who were also college friends from the 80s. They're either in the wilds of New Jersey or the Philly suburbs, one of two possible places that her friend Sandy could have been holding a party. And this was a huge party/barbecue thing that they were all at, where they had costumes and drag for everybody to wear, and they all had a wonderful time. All right, so here's me in 1990 in front of the Denny's/Lenny's umbrella, as you can see. This night I was hanging out with my friend Kim, and we went over to Denny's to hang out and eat or whatever. And, we were big Lenny Kravitz fans, and we loved the Lenny's commercials. We thought those were funny. But also, we were big fans of Lenny from Good Times. Anybody remember Lenny from Good Times? My name is Lenny. Well, anyway, look it up. I'm not going to explain it here. But yeah, so all these things, and we come walking up to Denny's this evening, and we look over and we see this umbrella that says alternately Denny's and Lenny's, and we just lost it laughing. We were helpless, falling to the ground, helpless with laughter. And I said, Kim, I have got to have a picture in front of this thing. What's so funny is that this photo does not convey the moment at all, because we were, again, helpless with laughter. But then the minute she points the camera at me, I have to suddenly make serious face. And here we have Tommy in November of 1990 playing Jenga with his sister Erica. And when he sent the photo, he says, fun fact, I still have that dresser in my storage unit. No, I will not bring it. All right, so that is Crystal and me and Tommy in 1990. All right, well, there you go. Grunge as fuck, all of us, right? Or something.
Grunge as fuck.
Okay, so now, before we go.
Yes.
It's 1990.
Yes.
Now, some of you people go all the way back in these videos. Some people of you would have been watching these since we were doing these singles of the year in the 50s, right? And a lot of you people might recall that when we were doing those videos that I made a pledge on one of those early videos.
Oh.
I'm about to make good on that pledge. 1 second.
I don't even remember what this pledge was.
Oh.
I have a present for Tommy.
I remember this.
I have a present for Tommy. It's something that was pledged to him in the 50s episodes.
Tommy?
Open that shit up.
Open it, Tommy.
Open it.
It's Tommy.
You might recall. You might recall. Do you remember?
Yeah.
New Kids on the Block dolls. I promised him my New Kids on the Block dolls. It took me. Yes.
God.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh my God.
So step by step, they made their way to Tommy. Yes.
Gonna get to you, girl.
Even a cassette, so he can groove along.
Holy fucking
Oh, looks like
shit.
I opened that one.
It's the whole set.
It's the whole set.
It's the whole set.
Ain't no half stepping.
Oh my God.
Yes. Still in the packages.
This is amazing.
Yes.
Holy crap. I'd forgotten all about this. This is
I was
magical.
banking on you forgetting about this. I wanted to spread this on you. Yeah, I mean, I literally promised this to you when we were doing like one of our first 3 or 4 fucking videos.
That was like 7 years ago. Whenever that
something
was.
like that.
Yeah.
So I've had these sitting out in a box. Like Dolly has been, the cat has been just like lying on this box
that's
for
where
like
there's cat
weeks
hair
and
all
weeks.
over them.
Yeah.
So here you go. New Kids dolls for Tommy.
Thank you.
I don't know how the fuck you're gonna get these home.
I don't either. Because I only have a backpack, but I'm gonna figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
So there you go. At last.
Yay!
At last, I'm rid of those fucking dolls.
Congratulations, Tommy.
There you go. That's combat pay for all the shit you've taken from me for
Combat
you
pay,
know.
yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Melissa's not even gonna understand what the hell is happening when I show up with these things.
Oh boy.
Tell her you went shopping.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, you know, Love Saves the Day reopened. And,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Love Saves the Day.
All right, so there you go.
yeah.
That's the end of another rousing 90s episode. Well, the first rousing 90s
rousing.
the first in a number
bunch.
of rousing 90s episodes.
Yeah.
And all right, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing when you do subscribe. For those who haven't subscribed, when you do, click the little bell because it sounds like that when you do. And like and comment and all that kind of shit.
Tell your friends and
and so
all
on
that
and so
jazz. Yeah.
But come back next week because we're probably gonna have 1991 next week.
Maybe.
I think 1991 is probably the video next week. Come back and see.
we feel like
All right. Bye.
Bye. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Is taping. Is rolling. Is us.
It's us.
It is me. It is
That
you.
is us. Okay, are we all in frame there?
Yes.
Is everybody in?
Everybody in?
Everybody in?
I'm in.
The episode is about to begin. Oh, you Doors fans are like loving it. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh my god. I really could you guys do more Doors references? Oh my god.
No.
No. I love the episode.
Moving on.
3, 2, 1. All right. Welcome back here, as it should be. Let's try that again. Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Welcome back to As It Should Be.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Well,
all right.